that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite the gentleman who is going to speak to us on the in-era objectives, benefits, and understanding of blockchain. My brother Oluwaseun Johnson. Yeah, I saw that name in
I'd like to start my introduction properly because I wouldn't know who is in the audience that might have known me for a while. I've been fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria also, but as a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, people there know me as Oluwaseun Johnson. I had a change of names, and I married an Indian, and they made my dad to change. That was a joke. So that I won't be like one. I don't want to mention the name of the person that made the controversy and said that he was not the person that made that. So that when I become governor, you know that I have told you that I have changed my name. So it is my pleasure to be here as a dual citizen, as a speaker, and as an inductee. It is a pleasure to be a member of Certified Business Consultant. We have been a consultant, sir, business consultant. As a consultant, I've been a consultant. Now I've been certified. So, I know you must have been hearing. It's a topic that has been going viral. If I want to use that word, going viral. Everybody has been hearing the word blockchain now. In the last 2 months, especially, some people have not heard it before. And in the last 2 months, we've been hearing blockchain. And we're hearing central bank digital currency. We've been hearing e-naira. We've been hearing cryptocurrencies. Some people have bought into cryptocurrencies and they have lost money. Some people have made money, and all those things have been going around. Today, by the grace of God, you'll be able to live here and be confident about the information that you'll be having as a consultant, as a certified business consultant. Times are changing, things are moving fast. Technology has evolved round, and this one now, some people say is the next biggest thing after the advent of the World Wide Web. After the advent of the World Wide Web, this is the next biggest thing. It is as big, and it is even bigger than that because this one involves money. When internet came, we were not very careful about it. We will not use it. What is it for? So this one involves money, and everybody. Some people have made good money. Some people are still trying to make money. Some people have lost good money. Today, after this class, after this lecture, session. I'm a teacher. Don't mind me. It always comes like that. After this session, you will not lose money again, even if you have lost before. And after now, you'll be able to have informed information about the blockchain, the e-naira, how you can benefit in the whole scenario. So my takeaway from this session will be introduction to the blockchain technology, important features of the blockchain technology, understanding the central bank digital currency, the e-naira overview, and the business opportunity of the blockchain technology. As business consultants, certified business consultants, this is very, very important to us. So let me start by defining the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology. I don't want to be belaboring us with the have you heard about blockchain? And we have all. If you have not heard about blockchain at this time, by now, you are not. Maybe you are in coma. You are just coming back alive. Now, blockchain is a digital and distributed ledger of transactions, recorded and replicated in real time across networks of computers or nodes. Every transaction is cryptographically validated via a mechanism executed by the nodes before being permanently added to a block. At the end of the chain, it is a decentralized and distributed system without the need for a central authority to approve transactions. That is the key. If I were to be in class, I would have told you that. Underline that word. Without the need for a central authority to approve transactions. which is why blockchain is sometimes referred to as peer-to-peer trustless mechanism. Peer-to-peer trustless mechanism. Blockchain can be utilized broadly at 3 levels: for storing digital records, for exchanging digital assets, and for recording and executing smart contracts. All of these things I will try and explain them one after the other. Now, what we mean by distributed, decentralized and distributed? Let me see if I can quickly go to my slide. I will be going back and forth my slide so that because I have very short time. No, now look at this diagram. This is what we used to have: a centralized system where all the networks are connected to one server. That was what you used to have here. This, a centralized system, all systems are connected to one server. So when there is a error, there is crash, there is hacking or whatever, that system is down. That's why you get to banks and they say, the system is down. It's down from the head office. This is the system we are using. Now we have this decentralized system. Decentralized system means that at the regional office, all the regional offices are connected to one system. Southwest, South, they are connected to one, and all the regional offices now connect to the central office. That one is decentralized system. Now they say this is the future, but it is the now. It is what is obtainable now. It is called distributed system, where all the systems, every branch, whether the branch is in Okobomaiko and another branch in Kano, all of them are interconnected. So everybody's data is everywhere available. It's distributed everywhere. So there is no downtime. There is no the system is down, we can't get this thing done. They have hacked into the system, or data is missing. There is nothing of such again. That is what the blockchain technology has brought to us. Are we together? Yes. I believe that this class will not be boring. It should be interactive. Can interject me so that it will be interactive. So this is the technology that we are dealing with now, and the advantages this has brought to us. When it started, a lot of people are so skeptical and are so afraid that what is the meaning of this? Now let me give you a brief history of how it started. This technology has been since around 1992. I can't recollect the name of the guys that started it around 1992, and it was they started this technology. They didn't call it blockchain. It was a distributed ledger of transactions. When we say distributed ledger of transactions, we mean that transactions or databases or data or information are distributed, meaning that when I start a transaction, this transaction is not limited to myself and the person that I'm transacting with. Some other people that are connected to that transaction, let's say tax authority, let's say the head office, let's say the individual, everybody can have access to that same information real time online at the same time. That's what we mean by distributed. So when those guys started it didn't see the light of day until 2009, when a guy or a pseudonym called Satoshi Nakamoto initiated the transaction. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was just trying to connect them.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Like,
Yes, you must have heard of it. He's the one that has caused all this wahala for us. He's the one that has caused this wahala for us. Satoshi Nakamoto. They say he's a Japanese or whatever. He lives in America. Sometimes a journalist was running after a guy. That guy's name was Satoshi Dorian Nakamoto, and he was running after him like Satoshi, because after he did this transaction, he disappeared, and nobody till date can discover where he is. And we don't know whether he's a person or group of people that have created this thing. So the guy's name is a Japanese, lives in America. His name is Satoshi Dorian Nakamoto, and they accosted him. Are you this man that we looked at? He said no, he doesn't know. And ironically, he's also a programmer. So all eyes have been on that guy, but he has background. To me, I believe that this thing, it's political. if the person behind it or the people behind it did not disappear, it will not see light of day. It will not see light of day because it's so powerful that it will take over everything, whatever thing you can think of, in business, in politics, anything you can think of, this technology will take it over. So as a result of that, they needed to back out so that this system will not have a face, so that it will not be like Zuckerberg that said he wants to do a cryptocurrency called what do you know? I will remember. And politically they are trying to kill it, because by the time that guy does that his own, you take over everything. And they do. Every country wants to have an economic sovereignty. It will, if you allow it to happen, it will take over countries' sovereignty, financial sovereignty, economic sovereignty. So I said, okay, so after that is they did that transaction, and when they did that transaction, and that was the first time value was transferred successfully. Initially, we've been transferring documents, we've been transferring data, and when you transfer data, you still have original copy, right? When you transfer information, you send email, you still have the original copy. But this transaction that Satoshi Nakamoto did was the first time they would transfer value without retaining the original copy. So as if, and that was spent came about, that you spent something over the internet. That was the first time money was spent over the internet. So it was not, you did not retain the original copy, you did not have, you cannot duplicate it. You cannot send the same value to two different people. So that's when it happened. So now say that sometimes if I go as peer to peer, now I can do transaction with anybody anywhere in the whole world, peer to peer. I don't need any intermediary, I don't need any bank, I don't need any government authority, I don't need anything to do transaction with anybody, whether you are in China, you are in America, you are anywhere, all you are next to me. I can transact business with you directly. So that's why they call it peer to peer. Now the word trustless means that with the embedded technology, I do not need to trust you. I do not need to know you to do business with you. Because that technology is embedded with cryptography, that it is the technology that is governing the system, that is operating the system. Are we together? Yes. So as a result of this, I do not need to trust the person I'm doing business with. We have written the terms of the business in cryptography. And as soon as that you do your part and I do my part, it is self-executing. It is self-executing. So I don't need to go to notary public again to go and be signing anything. I don't need any witness. I don't need any bank. I don't need any intermediaries. And as a result of this intermediation of these intermediaries, trustless means that I do not need to trust anybody that I'm doing transaction with anymore, because the system is embedded with cryptography that will make transactions go seamless and self-executing. So these are the few things these are the few advantages that this technology has. There are so many other ones. For exchanging digital assets. Now, digital assets, you must have been hearing cryptocurrencies. As of this morning, there are over 13,600 different types of cryptocurrencies. 13,600. Now, thank God I'm using my system. I said that I would have preferred to use my system, but I was not the one that said the other system should not work. Yeah. You can see this place. That's crypto. Yeah. That's the number of cryptocurrencies that are available now. 13,672 as at now. Before the end of the day, you can add more, and it's going up like that. Exchanges are the markets where you can buy cryptocurrencies. Like you can go to the market and all that. These are exchanges, and it's not 470, it's 42,700 plus exchanges worldwide. And As far as Nigeria is concerned, I am not sure the number that we have, but it's not up to 5. It is up to. So let's move on. So market capitalization. I don't know. I've lost figures. Can you? What figure is this? It's not billion. It's trillion. $2.6 trillion in just 11 years. This whole technology started in 2009. In just 11 years, $2.6 trillion. And the volume in 24 hours is 113 billion in 24 hours. That's what is being traded all over the world in 24 hours. This one is different from the stock market. Stock market, they will go and sleep. This one is 24 hours, they go sleep 24/7. As you are talking now, some people are trading and doing transactions. Now, let's move on. I have to move fast because the way I'm looking at you, you want me to remain here till. Yes, ma'am. Please ask your question so that, because we may not be able to have enough time after the session to ask. Yeah, go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay, you have mentioned the things you termed the advantages of the blockchain technology. But in those advantages, I also see disadvantages. And the first is, where is the place of privacy? If the systems are all connected, real time, and what transaction that is going on between the two of us, for instance, another person or other people can have access to the data or the information involved. So where is the place of privacy? And then the other one is, you said in the transaction it is trustless, and there are no intermediaries. And I am wondering, how will breach of trust be handled? Or is it that proof, that there cannot be any breach at all? So I would like you to, throw more light on this. And then again, if there are no intermediaries, no banks, no authorities, what form of currencies or cryptocurrencies will the transactions be done in? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. President.
One of the things that you said was that the information, the transaction will be done without retaining the original information. What of if the person that I'm transferring the business with or the transaction with denying it, and I don't have any source document? As an auditor, you have document being back up. But when I don't have it, and the other person is denying that I don't have it, where will that be the source document that, okay, I've transferred this money to you yesterday?
Thank you, sir.
I just want to add to the trustless. That's what caught my attention. Under what economic pattern or principle is it following? Because trust is one key thing that undergirds capitalism. And if the question of trustlessness is coming in, are we pushing towards some bit of socialism, or what? How is it going to work? Because there is also the issue of decentralization, distributed, and lack of control or lack of approval. Let me not say control. Lack of centralized control or approval. So how does it work? Where exactly does this fall? Thank you.
Thank you for these questions. It will help me to touch on so many things that I may forget. Number one, it's a decentralized system. That technology is self-governing. The code that has been written with will guide every terms and conditions of the contract. So you do not. The reason why we say it is trustless is that your terms as party A and my term as party B has been written down in codes. there is no way, if the moment you default, transaction will not stay true. It is there. It will not stay true at all. So because it is distributed, let's assume that every member of ICBC, we are in a network, we are in a blockchain network. The moment I initiate a transaction, that I want to do a transaction, every member will see it that, oh, Cyrus has decided to initiate a transaction. And they will not say, does he even have that $100 that he wants to spend? Now, if I have, that is called validation. So he has it, okay, spend. And there will be a consensus of 51% of everybody that, okay, he has $100 that he can spend. Oh yeah, spend it. So everybody will see who is initiating it now. Where the privacy comes in is that you don't need to know that it is Cyrus, but you know the address it is coming from. You know the address it is coming from. You know the address it is entering into. You know the time that transaction went through. You know the amount the transaction. If it left that account that it went to another account, there is a place that you just pick the transaction ID, put it on that Explorer, and it will show you the trail of that transaction or the trail. It will show you the trail of that transaction. So you do not need that's where the trustless comes in. That this system has done everything so foolproof that you don't need to worry yourself. That's what it doesn't say that you should not trust, but you don't need to worry yourself about trust because the system is perfect or near to perfect. Because we know that hackers are not sleeping too. As we are moving on, they are also moving. So let's move faster. So,
sorry, sir.
Sir.
I think there's something, we've had to deal with this issue of trustless because I also worked in a banking organization. So
I understand why trust is very serious. But and each time they use the word trustless, it conveys not the right meaning, and which is what it's trying to explain. Usually we put trust in people. We put trust in central bank that Naira is a legal tender in Nigeria. Here, the trust is built in the system, not on people. Why? Because they have discovered that people can change. Governments are telling us lies. System cannot tell you lies because everything is codified from the word go. So in the actual sense, it is near perfect trust, an unfailable trust, because system does not have a mind of its own to say no, I will no longer. We know what it is. They say best friends can live together until money will come in between them and separate them. System does not recognize it. So it is not that there is no trust. They are telling you that trust is taken out of, you cannot dilute it. It's in a perfect state where you can trust it. I don't want to use the word because it can never be God. But it's something that you can trust. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
For someone codified.
Sir?
Someone codified.
that's what they
Yes.
what escaped.
Somebody, not someone.
Not a group.
The whole of the people, the whole of the system
Yes.
is governed by a lot of is a consensus of people. Everybody is seeing the terms and conditions, everything that is there. So if there is somebody wants to alter any transaction there, everybody will see it and they will not approve it.
Yes.
It won't say true. And if somebody wants to hack into the system, you must hack into all the systems, and that's not likely. The more the systems, the more impossible it is for you to hack into them. That's where the security comes in. It makes it more secure because that system itself. No, I don't want to be. Okay, blockchain is a shared. No, not us. I think we are beyond this now. It increases trust, accountability, and transparency across business networks. Now, digital ledger. We said a blockchain is a digital ledger which keeps records of all transactions taking place on a peer-to-peer network. encrypted. All information transferred via blockchain is encrypted and every occurrence recorded. Meaning once the block is created and added to the chain, it cannot be altered. Now, information that is logged on the blockchain technology cannot be altered, cannot be deleted, can only be updated. You can only update information on it. You cannot alter it. The moment, because everybody, that's where auditors, that's the advantage for auditors. I don't know, it should be an advantage, but you know, it should be an advantage, but you know, when there is a management fraud and it's the management that says that we go and alter this thing cannot say true. That our board members must not see this, our shareholders must not see, go and alter it. There's nothing you can do about that. But as this technology is concerned, the moment you have blocked it into the blockchain, everybody just accepts it like that. So there's no, when you qualify your report, they can't tell you that you should go and review it. It's not possible. So peer-to-peer, I will explain peer-to-peer, data sharing, you can share data, everybody can share data, same data, real-time online. Then decentralization, I've explained that also. I've explained this. Now, blockchain key features is digital, updated near real time, chronologically and time stamped. Every time the transaction goes, you see it, and it is, you can say, okay, this at so time, this is what has been transferred. Cryptographically sealed, irreversible and auditable, operates trustless, pure third party, and distributed ledger. Blockchain ecosystem, privacy and identity, money transactions, wallets. Wallets are just like our bank accounts. We've been hearing about wallets now. You can have as many wallets as you can, like you can have as many bank accounts as you can. So wallets, there will be several applications now. Okay, I'll get back to that. Exchanges, there are so many exchanges where you can buy and sell. It depends on regions. Regions across Africa. Regions across Africa and Europe, everywhere. It depends on where you are transacting from. That you can do, but you can transact in anywhere. You can transact in Asia. But governments are trying to control this, how do I call it now? This phenomenon, because it is really encroaching into the sovereignty of nations, and they are trying to stop it. It is not that the system is not good though. It is because the reason why Nigeria has been saying we are banning it, is because for bankers, you know what they call bank run. Yes. When people begin to withdraw their cash and going to put it on the platform, when MMM was around, people were rushing, they were taking their money from banks and putting it on MMM. That's called bank run. Now, that effect is that the reserve in the bank will be affected. And it will affect the economy. It will affect the banking lending strength. And all those things will affect the economy eventually. So government must try and stop that. Now that people know that when I put my money in Bitcoin, it has the advantage of appreciation. People withdrew their money and started buying Bitcoin. Not knowing that you can also go down. And when it went down, they were crying, I don't know you. But when it was going up, when you were making money, you did not, you didn't tell anybody. You were laughing. The money is coming in now. So when it went down, and we know that when it went down, that was when you have to go and buy more. If you have money. When it dips, that's when you quickly go and buy more. Because when people are quickly selling, when you buy, it will surely go back up. You don't lose your money in cryptocurrency until you sell it. The value can get to 1 or minus 0.00 whatever. But if your quantity is there, someday somehow, except that it is a bad coin. There are bad coins, there are shit coins, there are this class or this session is not for that. Distributed storage, distributed computing, miners and infrastructure layers. Now, what the blockchain technology in this can do, digital currency and fraud reduction, record keeping. Under digital currency and fraud reduction. We have e-commerce, we have global payments, we have remittances, we have P2P lending, and we have microfinance or microfinancing. Under record keeping, we have loyalty programs, supply chain, ownership, proof of identity, intellectual properties. Under security, we have equity, we have private markets, we have debt, we have crowdfunding, we have derivatives. Let me quickly talk about that crowdfunding. With blockchain technology, it will be easy for us to crowdfund. We can decide to do crowdfunding in ICBC. And when we do that crowdfunding, everybody would contribute. And as you are contributing, because it's a blockchain enabled system, you will see the value you have contributed, you will see how the money was spent, and if there is a change or after you have executed the project and there is balance, the balance will get back to everybody pro rata automatically. You don't need to say where is the come and do account for us. It doesn't happen. Immediately the project is finished and it has been concluded based on the contracts and based on the coding on the blockchain. As it is executed immediately, the balance will get back to everybody that contributed to that crowdfunding, and it will prorate it as you have contributed it automatically. Crowdfunding. So this is what we will use in the next election to raise funds, so that people in politics that will bring their own money, you and I can decide to contribute. I don't know, 5 minutes. Escrow, gambling, and rights, and digital rights. Yes. Now, why are countries increasingly interested in issuing their own digital money? So we are getting to central bank digital currency. Now, we need to know that it is not only Nigeria that is talking about digital money or digital currency. Everywhere in the whole world, China started this digital currency since 2014, researching into it. United Kingdom, America have been reading articles about these digital currencies about 2017-18, and I've been talking about this since about 5 years ago now. So it's something that I really enjoy, because as an accountant, one of the disadvantages of being an accountant or a lawyer, apologies to accountants and lawyers that are here, I won't count myself as part of it. They are very proud. They can hardly grab any new information. What they have known is what they know, and that's what they stick with. So when they are bringing anything new, they will resist it. No. This is not possible. There is a triple entry accounting system now. If you told an accountant now that it's no more double entry, it's not triple entry, say, what do you mean? This is not what we are taught at PRI. They did not, things are changing, we need to move fast. Now, in a world that is fast moving, some central banks still rely on outdated technology that doesn't allow for 24/7 payment processing. One of the reasons why they need to upgrade, one of the reasons why we need to begin to think central bank digital currencies. Some countries are upgrading their banking infrastructure to allow for real-time payments, but CBDCs are another way to modernize the payments infrastructure, allowing for faster transactions during more times of the day. CBDC also offers a way to cut down on the inefficiencies of printing and moving money. Now, just 2 days ago, central bank said that they printed 58. They used 58 billion to print 2.5 billion. Just 2 days ago. They used 2.5 billion to 58 billion to print 2.5. That's about times 20. It's just like using 20 naira to print 1 naira. Using 20 naira to print 1 naira. Now, that is good for us, Abi, that we are going digital. Very good, Abi. But the disadvantage is that a lot of people will lose their jobs. A lot of people will lose their jobs in the value chain of moving money, in the value chain of printing money. We no longer print money. We no longer print checks. We no longer carry money, we don't need the security guys, we don't need the bullion vans again. All those things will gradually leave. And this is why we need to be smart, and thank God for this type of lecture in ICBC that is giving us this kind of opportunity. Even in your job, even as accountants, we are already talking about how to audit the cryptocurrencies now. And if you don't know how to recognize these cryptocurrencies, it is not every of those coins that are currencies. That's why in the general term we call it digital assets. Some of them are platforms that you can write other applications. Some of them are currencies, some of them are tokens, some of them are stocks, because those that trade in it, what will you refer it to? That's what the company does. They trade in cryptocurrency. So it's not there. It is a stock to them. So how do you value it as a stock? So these are things that are already being debated in some climes in the other part of the world. But Nigeria, we are still sleeping. We are not yet there. ICANN is not yet there. And if ICANN, ICBC can get there first. So can't be waiting for ICANN. Central bank digital currencies represent the digital form of a fiat currency of a particular nation or region, and is issued and regulated by the competent monetary authority of that country. So ICBC, CBDC is an electronic record or digital token of a country's official currency. As such, it is issued and regulated by the nation's monetary authority or central bank. As such, they are backed by the full faith and credit of the issuing government. So it is backed by the central bank. So it is a legal tender. One language that the government came up to deceive a lot of people is that cryptocurrency is not a legal tender. It's normal. It's not a new thing. That is not. Gold is not a legal tender. People are still exchanging. Dollar is not a legal tender in Nigeria. People are still transacting in dollars and they are collecting dollars. So it's not a new thing. But people who are confused. It is illegal doesn't make it. It is not a legal tender doesn't make it illegal. Do you get? Yes, sir.
Okay. I have some question and commentary. Let me start with the question. During the process of your presentation, you were talking about accountants and lawyers, that they are too conservative. They don't accept new terminologies or new ways of doing things. Is this conservatism being streamlined to Nigeria or Africa, or is it global? I want you to expand. Okay. Okay. The second thing is, you were saying dollar is not a legal tender in Nigeria. Well, I'm sorry, sir. If I beg your pardon to disagree. The reason is, since, like some years ago, I don't know the number of the years, since dollar has come to Nigeria, people have been transacting with, just hold on, please. People have been transacting with dollars. For instance, I have a company. I want to buy products from another country of $1 million. Then I give a bank order to my bank, and they send it to that country. So if it is not legal, that country will not accept that order. That is my own view about it. Secondly, the government is releasing the rate of dollars to naira and the rate of other currencies like euros and the likes. So if they are releasing such information, it means that currency is legal. But they have not nationalized the currency. So that is what I will just say. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We are saying the same thing. It's the same thing. They have not. It is a legal document. Doesn't make it illegal. It is a legal. Dollar is legal. Other CDs is legal. You can even do transaction in CDs.
Okay.
Yes, we have companies that have their subsidiaries in another country, like Ghana. And when they want to consolidate, they will have to consolidate both naira and dollar and all those. It is a legal currency, but when it is a legal tender, means that this is not a Nigerian national currency. It's not a Nigerian national currency. It is universally accepted, just like the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a Nigerian currency, but it is. That doesn't make it illegal. So when they came out with that statement, they confused a lot of people that it is not legal. People just speak that the legal part of it that it's not legal, and they also capitalize on it. So when you want to do transaction, they even put lane on my account because I did a transaction and I didn't even know. The bank didn't even inform me.
Okay, thank you. I just want to quickly remind us of ordinary level economics. There's a common question we used to have in WAEC questions about money. When you talk about the characteristics of money, they used to ask a popular question: which of the characteristics of money is the most, would you say, is the most important? And it is general acceptability. So once something is generally acceptable, whether it is legal tender or not, it will go like that. Thank you.
So whether the Bitcoin is generally accepted or not, it is what? Money. So let's quickly move on. Now, the CBDC should have these three principles. Number one, it must not do any harm. It must coexist with previous systems, and it must innovate and be efficient. The e-naira should in no way impede or interfere in the ability of the CBN to carry out its pursuit of monetary and financial stability. The e-naira should be able to coexist with different forms of money already in use. A CBDC along the existing forms of money, such as cash, reserves, and settlement accounts, should complement each other and coexist. So what the CBDC has come to do is not to stop us from spending or physical currency, which as a matter of time, cash will fade out. As a matter of time.
So what will be spraying at parties?
Somebody had asked me that question on a TV program, that what will we be spending? We will be using code. The musician will be singing your praises and you will bring your code, and he will also bring his phone. I will be doing it like that. Now, innovation and efficiency. It must innovate. So new applications, new products will come to market in the financial technology, in the business areas. New technologies, new innovations will begin to come up. This is what the e-money is going to do. Okay. So, choices of policies. We have policy makers should consider when exploring and piloting CBDC. Single tier or two tiers, directly issued or synthetic, accounts or token, privacy or compliance, domestic or cross-border. All these things they need to, if I am hearing, you need to round up. So let me begin to round up. Two tiers, CBN directly to individuals. That's one tier. CBN will transact directly with us, but boycott the commercial banks or intermediaries. Or CBN will issue the CBDC and distribute it to commercial banks or intermediaries, and they will in turn distribute it to, and that is the system that the CBN has adopted. It is called hybrid.
My hands are up. I have a question.
Sorry.
Before you round up, I need to say one or two things. The truth remains that whether we've accepted this or not is the way things will go in a couple of years. And I think the earlier we start getting to know the opportunities, for me, I'm so keen about getting to know what are the opportunities in this. Because for bankers and so many of us that do physical transactions and or what we do is not digitalized yet. We should start thinking of, moving away from where we are now, whether we want to get equipped in terms of knowledge and all of that. So I would like you to emphasize now in closing, what are the opportunities? What can we leverage on? How do we prepare ourselves, to take advantage of this? Because whether we like it or not, a lot of us now, I can't remember the last time I scratched a card. I don't think scratch cards exist anymore. Even I don't know. So it's just like that. We are going to a point where everything is digitalized. So what are the opportunities? How do we position ourselves for these opportunities? How do we grab this? How do we kind of draw a roadmap that will take us to grabbing these opportunities? Can you just talk about it before?
Thank you for helping me to round up.
Sorry.
Please, I just want to hide this also because, in fact, thank you for this kind of training. Thank you for ICBC. I'm happy that I'm here today with this training. But all these things go beyond this summary. Maybe as ICBC, before the end of the year runs out, maybe just let us have a full training.
We're already discussing it.
Okay, please. It's very important. Like he said, let us know the benefits. Let us know so I can start keying into it now. We position ourselves for the future. Thank you.
Fortunately,
Welcome, sir.
we have the knowledge in-house now. So no problem.
Thank God that you don't need to go too far. But you...
You want as a fellow?
Sorry, I didn't say that. Did you hear that?
As a fellow.
Did I say that? I did not say that.
As a fellow.
Now, let's quickly look at this. Some of the businesses or applications, we call it distributed application, that has been done with this technology. We have in the automotive industry, we have track truthful, full history of vehicle from production to sales, supply chain parts and management. This is in auto industry. When a spare part or automobile product is produced from this point of production to the point of sales, there's track. So you don't go to yes. So you don't buy fake anymore. You just have on your phone, you just scan the code on it and you know the track history. It is not on automation. What's this? Walmart is already doing it on fruits from farm to shelf. On that fruit, you just scan it. It will tell you the species of that fruit, the name of that fruit, when it was planted, the number of months it's used, the number of days it's used in transit to shelf, and the number of days that's used on shelf. Whether it has you don't need to say NAFDAC, okay. NAFDAC don't pack inside. That is tracking fruits. You can track anything. If you can track fruits, can you track anything?
Can you track Nigeria?
That's why I said when I did this presentation for ISACA. I don't know
ISACA, yes, ISACA, yeah.
I did it in 2017 in their national conference in 2017. And fortunately, CBN staff, about directors were there. In fact, the then director of currency, that woman that retired, was at that conference. She came to interact with me after, and they said they did not know anything about it. That they thought it was MMM. In 2007, that was why when I went on here, I was very political. I said that I'm not sure that CBN started this research in 2017 because they did not know. And in 2020, they came back to tell us that they banned it again. What they did in 2017, they came back again in 2020, and in 2021, they said they have started our own. I don't trust them. So banking, financial and fintech streamline payment processing with high efficiency, fast and secure transactions, empower global transactions, tearing down national currencies and borders, minimize auditing complexity for any financial ledger. And these are these are just they are projects on it. They are already running it. IBM, Deloitte, they are already having projects on all of these things. And charity, cloud storage, commercial vehicles and transportation, credit history. Now, with this technology now, when you want to get credit, the moment they put your name, every bank that you have collected money, you just pop up that this one is only basic, it can't go. Straight away, it can't go. And if you are credit worthy, so everybody in that ecosystem will have your data. Now, digital identity, we don't need to, the moment you get to anywhere and you put your thumbprint, your national ID card, your driver's license, your home address, everything will just pop up. And every agency that is involved in that identity will have all, that's what we call it distributed. Everybody has that information. What is privacy, madam? So cyber security, donations, education, energy, forecasting, government and voting. Now, with voting, we don't need, there won't be rigging. There won't be rigging anymore. Anywhere as they are voting, it is logging up and everybody is seeing it that in Umata, 50 people voted, 2 were void. You know, everybody is seeing the results. Real time on time. Nobody can do any, but they won't do this one. They won't do this one. Gun safety, human resources, insurance, IoT, law enforcement, legal, smart contracts. Now, lawyers are a problem because soon they won't get job again. Smart contract, man.
Not in Africa. Don't worry yourself.
Smart contracts with defined rules, expiration and accessibility for relevant parties. So I don't need a lawyer. Again, we've written the terms and conditions in codes. So you don't need to be going to notary public and stamping and lawyer collecting money from you or agency, house agent. The house rent is 300. Agent is collecting 200. Caution 200. And at the end of the day, the money that will go to agents and the cohorts is times 3 of the house rent. Yes. All those ones will just be removed, and you'll be paying because this some people, me, I will do that one because I'm angry with that one already. That one I will do it very fast because by the time in the next 1 or 2 years you have this type of application that landlords and property owners will just be coming on it. Put your property on it. Agency fee 0. Caution, you don't need to pay caution. All those things will just be removed. And so far these terms and conditions are met. It might take time, but this is where we are going. Marketing, media, medical health. Let's talk about this medical health. Now, drug supply, that's one.
You have said 25 minutes after I gave you 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry. It is the 5 minutes behind it that I saw. Sorry, sir. Drug supply chain integrity, patient databases and indexes on blockchain. So when patients are traveling abroad, they don't need to be carrying files again. That the ailment and the track record of the track of that ailment. Immediately they log into his system. They see everything and the drugs that the person has used and everything. They see it anywhere in the whole world. Claims adjudication, medical supply chain management, transparency and automation within the patient to hospital or patient to doctor transactions, clinical trial programs, integrity with an auditable trail of data exchange, efficiency, privacy and ownership of patient health care, then music streaming. Now, let me conclude like this. It is very, 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 very compulsory for us to educate ourselves. It is very, very compulsory for us to educate ourselves. By the grace of God, it is though by accident that I came about studying and learning about blockchain. I invested in a particular coin and I lost money and I was angry at myself that upon all the knowledge wey you have, why you go put money for where you are, because I trusted the person that introduced me to it. but it failed, and I started studying about it. That was when I came about the Bitcoin, and I discovered what a coin is, which coin is good, which one is bad, and that was where this whole thing started. And I've been talking about this since 2016, and thank God for CBN. That's another advantage with this CBDC for me, is that a lot of people, I will not mention Mr. Ayede, a lot of people that did not believe in this thing that I'm talking about are now believing in it. It is because of CBN. Now that CBN has said that they are not doing it, people are not saying, okay, let us know what you are talking about. You have been talking about this thing for so long. Now, thank God. But the advantage now is that we must begin to study about it. There are very good coins here out there. There are very bad coins there. In fact, to shock you, this cryptocurrency thing can make you, when I say overnight, honestly, before God, I'm not exaggerating, can make you a multi-millionaire dollar overnight. I am not exaggerating. I have, as much as I have known, I've not hit that jackpot, but I'm closer to it by the grace of God, because I know real life people that have hit that jackpot overnight. I'm not exaggerating. That it was 0 yesterday night, and it didn't just shoot up astronomical. Can you imagine a coin growing 1,000, 2,000% in 24 hours?
And how do you convert it?
Easily, everything is here. Easily, on your phone, you do it now. As I yesterday, I just to be doing. It is as easy as if I sit down here, I will do transaction and it will say, I can convert it to cash. You too can do it. Everybody can do it, but you need to learn about it. Aside from the money making aspect of it, it will change our way of doing business. It will change our consultancy skills. We need to be ahead of our clients to help them, because very soon a lot of applications will be coming up and people will need this information. They will need it to upgrade their businesses. Just like the internet came, that a lot of people began to upgrade their businesses. So we need it as consultants to help people solve business solutions. And because it is very green now, there are a lot of opportunities there that you can tap into, but you need to learn about it. And this is the future already. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.